learned how to make a very delicious okra soup. Growing up, I never liked okra because I saw this okra that has water on this side, add oil on this side, and then the okra would just be at the best, and it just looks somehow. Sometimes it could taste good, but the look wasn't always encouraging. But now I'm going to help you to make a very delicious okra soup. So here I have the protein. I'm using catfish as the protein. You can use any protein of your choice. I have the okra, I have hot leaf, I have onion, I have yellow habanero pepper, and I have red scotch bonnet pepper. I have palm oil. You can see that palm oil is not too much. I have pomou. You can add any protein of your choice, like I said, right? And then I have seasoning cubes and salt. So in a pot, I'm going to put that catfish that is already washed. It's already washed and clean. Soon, maybe this week or next, I'm going to show us how to wash. Take time and wash your catfish, so you don't end up having a smelly catfish or a smelly soup. All right, so I have it here in the pot, and I've added 1 tablespoon of salt, less than 1 tablespoon of salt, and I'm adding 3 seasoning cubes. I didn't use the 2 double seasoning cube that you saw there, which is 4. I used just 3 of it, and then I pound the pepper, and I'm adding everything. I won't be adding anything to the soup again, so you just watch out. I'm adding the pomou here. So all I need for the soup to taste well is in this fish, because I need my fish to taste really, really good. I see people cook and then their protein doesn't have taste. Man, I can't eat that. So watch my videos and know how to take your cooking game from 0 to 100%. All right, cook that and cover it and cook. While that is done, prepare your hot leaf and prepare your okra. Now I'm going to show you how to do this okra to have a very slimy okra. I'm going to divide my okra into 3 parts. Here I had some okra that was almost strong, so I cut that to one side to blend. And then I also have this other side that is tiny. I have this other side that is round. Right, 3 batches of okra. So I'm going to put the side that is strong in a blender, or you can pound it. I'm going to put it in a blender and then blend it. That is what going to give it that slimy okra, right? That's going to make it draw. All right, okay, so I added a little water there, and then I'm blending it. So I'm coming back to check my fish right now after about 8 minutes, and one side is cooked, so I'm turning the other side to cook. Right, look at that. Did you notice that I did not even add too much water to cook it? Okay, so you don't end up having a watery okra soup. Just a little water. And then, of course, to also ensure that the ingredients is enough to get your fish tasty. So I'm turning that one after the other with this seemingly straight looking spoon, right? You can use a turning stick to turn it. All right, and then I'll leave it for another 4 minutes to cook. And then I'll come back and take the fish out after about 4 minutes of cooking on the second side. I'll take the fishes out. Why am I doing this? If I add the okra and the rest of the things here, my fish will break. And I don't want my fish to break. I still want to see it and eat it, right? And know that there's fish in the soup. So I'm packing out all the fish. And then I'm going to be using another pot. If you prefer, you can pour out the stock and use the same pot. But here I use another pot to heat up some palm oil, right? And then I allow it to, heated it up for a few minutes. And then I came back to add onion to fry it. I added onion to fry it, right? And then I added the blended okra. This is just one part of the okra, mind you, not all of it. Remember, I said that we're dividing the okra into 3 parts. The side for blending, the other side that is thinly cut, and the other round one that is roundly cut. Right, so I'm turning this for a period of time, maybe 1 minute or so, and then I'll turn it into the other pot that has the pomou and the a fish stock. I'll turn it in here, and then I'll keep stirring it, and then I'll allow it to boil before I add the other batches of okra. Mind you, I do not cover this pot. Growing up, I learned that if you cover your pot, it will lose its sliminess, that your okra will not draw. All right, so I'll allow it for a few minutes to boil, cooking without being covered, and then I'll add the other part of okra, the one that is thinly cut and the one that is round. I'll add the other two parts, and then I'll continue stirring. I'm not adding any seasoning cube here again. Neither am I adding salt. If you do that, you will not like your food. You just test at this point to see if you need to add a little bit of that again. Remember, we added all of it to the fish so that our fish can taste really good. Stick around. You're changing your cooking game is going to go from 0 to 100%, and you will so much love yourself that you stuck to this channel and to this page. All right, so I kept turning that, and then I'm bringing my catfish in at this point, right? And that is already boiling. So I added the hot leaf. At this point, I'll just gently turn and mix in the hot leaf, and my soup is ready. I tested it and it was all good, so I did not need to add seasoning cube. If you use catfish, you don't need to add crayfish. The catfish is already very tasty. You don't need any form of crayfish. But if you are using other types of meat, you can add a little crayfish, right? All right, that's a very good point to note. Now, you can serve this with any swallow of your choice, be it pounded yam, be it gari, in Nigeria we call it eba, be it semovita, with whatever swallow, and enjoy. This was so delicious, super delicious, super delicious. All right, let me know where you're watching me from so I can give a shout out in my next video. Today's shout out goes to Duchess Courage, watching all the way from Abuja, Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.